All right, guys. So today we're going to be going over stretching, but this is the type of stretching you do at the end of your workout, not before your workout. You can do it at the end of the workout or just in general when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night. It's up to you. As you guys will probably be able to see, Nalani and I are listening to some relaxing music right now. If you guys want to put on relaxing music while we do this video, that would be awesome. It helps relax you, and especially because breathing is really important in stretching, it helps you control your breathing as well.
Yes.
All right, Nalani is going to start us off.
I'm going to show you guys the more simpler, lighter stretching, and then Ryan will show you the harder stuff. But first, we're just going to ease into middle splits. I know, it's a little rough. So what you want is to have, instead of pushing your heels out, because you can kind of hold yourself up with your heels, put your toes out, reach down, and then lift your toes off the ground and point them straight up to the sky. It forces you to show your hips down a little bit more. And if you're pretty comfortable on your hands, go ahead and drop down to your elbows to put a little bit more pressure on your hips and bring yourself closer to the ground.
So Ryan's going to stay on his elbows. on his hands. Oh well.
And then hold it for a little bit. Now, to get to front splits, you're going to roll your hips over and put your back knee on the ground. So I'm going to roll towards the middle. I'm going to point my front leg straight up, toes up or toes pointed to get that extra deep stretch. And I'll push my hips forward and down into the ground. Instead of staying with my tushy back up in the air, I'm going to push my hips down and into the ground, keeping my hips nice and square. Hold that for a little bit. And then we're going to roll it all the way over to the other side without coming up too high to get that nice stretch. Same thing on this side. Pushing my hips down, forward, pointing my toe, nice extension. Now if you want to go deeper on this, grab your front foot and put your head to your knee and pull. We're not there right now. And then roll it back in the middle splits. And try to push it down lower than you were before. Woo. All right, from there, ease it back on your tushy. Pull your legs in, pike stretch. Reach for your toes, relax your head. Try to put your head to your knees. If you can, grab your heels and pull as tight as you can. And from there, pull your feet in. Butterfly stretch. Grab your feet and then use your own legs to pull them down to the ground. So if I'm up here, I want to start pushing my legs down towards the ground to open up my hips.
You squeeze your butt to pull your legs down.
What he said. Can't do that. Lightly push your elbows into your inner thigh.
You don't want to put that pressure on your knee or your calf because that's bad for your joints. On the inner thigh.
There we go. And then for the last one, stand it up. Pike stretch, but from standing, and you don't want to be looking in front of you when you do this. You want to relax your head, just down, and then reach towards the ground. Your goal is to put your knuckles on the ground. If you can put your knuckles on the ground, flat palm. If you can do that, grab underneath your toes. And just chill. And that's it for the light stretching. We didn't hold those for very long, but if you want to stretch a little bit longer, you can hold it from anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds. If you're feeling extra tight that day, then you can hold it for even longer than that.
Just remember though, if you're gonna hold the stretch for a really long time, like closer to a minute, you wanna slowly go into it and slowly work your way into it, because if you stretch too hard, too fast, you'll end up pulling a muscle, and then that makes the muscle tighter instead of looser. Also, just to clarify, we're focusing mainly on your lower body today. In a different one, we're going to talk about your shoulders and your back and your upper body, because those are all completely different types of movements. All right, are we ready? Okay.
That's all right.
So, kind of like what we talked about earlier, breathing is really important when you stretch, because if you're holding a lot of tension in your body, that's what causes your muscles to not be able to lengthen, and that's what causes stiff or sore muscles. So when you breathe, you help relax your body, and you want to focus on filling up your body as much as you can. And then when you breathe out, you want to relax all the tension, all the tightness, all the little fussiness in the muscle that you're stretching. All the fussiness. All right. So we're going to start where Ma'am Nalani just finished. So we're going to go back into pike, okay? But what I want you to do first is you're going to grab your elbows, relax your neck, you're going to hang, you're going to relax your neck so that your face is looking back at your legs, and you're going to swing back and forth. When you swing, I want you to try and relax as much of your body as you can, and you'll slowly feel yourself start to sink lower and lower. Then after that, you're going to let your hands fall to the floor, holding a standing pike just like Ma'am Nalani did before. Okay? And now with your hands on the floor, if you guys can't reach the floor, you guys can use a chair or blocks or something if you need it for balance, but you're going to walk one knee at a time. So my fingers are on the ground, I bend one knee at a time and lengthen out the other leg. And I go back and forth, making sure my big toes are touching and my heels stay on the floor. Then after that, you're going to bend them both a little bit and lengthen them all the way up. Bend both, lengthen them all the way up. Bend both, lengthen them all the way up. Okay. Then the next part from there, you can come up if you need a break. The next part from there is you're going to reach down to the opposite foot. So my right hand is going to slide down and grab the outside of my left foot. The other hand can hang, can be behind your back, whatever's comfy. You're going to hold that, then you're going to come up, and you're going to go down with the other hand, reaching across your body. Then you're going to come back up. Now that your legs should be a lot looser than they were before, now you're going to slide your hands either down the side of your legs or the back of your legs, and as you slide down, you're going to try and pull your body towards your legs. And if you can, you want to get your head to touch your knees. Woo! And you want to make sure you don't fall over. I definitely almost fell. So you want to pull yourself in to your body. And you can come back up. Woo! All right, so now we're going to do the rest of this closer to the ground. Sweet. So we're back up. Take a deep breath in. Now when you start your pike, and this is for all of them, you want to start keeping your spine straight so you bend at the hips. And once you can't bend at the hips anymore, that's when you can curve your back. So you're going to take a deep breath, and when you breathe out, you're going to go all the way down, put your hands on the floor, and you're going to walk out until you're in what we call downward dog. And I know we do this in classes too. So, now what you're going to do from here, okay good, you guys can see me. From here, you're going to walk your legs to stretch your calves. Now you let your heels come up and back down to the floor. You want to push it nice and far as you can. Then you're going to hold one heel down. Then you're going to come up, hold the other heel down. Now both up together, both down together. Both up and both down. Okay, now you guys can do that for as long as you want, until your calves are loose and until it feels comfy. Or if you don't want to do it because it's really hard on your shoulders, you can just skip it and do it on like a stair or something by just standing there and letting your heel hang off the edge. Okay, so for the deeper stretching, we're going to do it kind of more like how they do a yoga class. So we're going to go, all of this was connected, we're just taking a break to explain this. But we're going to make all the movements connected to each other. So after you finish your calves, you're going to go from downward dog. You're going to lift one leg up as high as you can in the air, but without twisting your hips, and you're going to swing it through to the outside. You're going to get into a nice deep lunge. My back leg stays straight. My front leg bends, but I don't let my knees go over my toes. So I have both hands on the inside, and I'm keeping my back leg straight. I'm going to pull that hip to the ground so I feel that stretch in my hip flexor. And then I'm going to push my hips forward so I also feel it in the back of my hamstring here. If that's too easy, go one elbow to the floor. If that's still too easy, go two elbows to the floor. Then, from there, the next thing you're going to do, you can do it with one elbow on the floor or your hand up. You're going to take your inside hand, put it on your thigh, and you're going to push out to open up that hip. My foot doesn't roll. The inside of my foot stays planted on the floor, and I push my hip out. If that's too easy, go down to your forearm and push it out from there. Then you can let your back knee come down, point your back toes, and then you should lunge further into it, pushing your hip out farther without letting your foot come up. Awesome, then you can come up. Now we're going to work on stretching our quads. Also guys,
make sure you breathe.
Make sure you breathe. If you start sweating when you're stretching, it means you're doing a really good job. Or you need to turn on the AC. Or both, you know. So, if we look a little shiny, stretching is hard, guys.
It should be hard.
It should be hard. If it's not hard, you're not doing it right. Make sure you push yourself, but not too much. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze your tummy muscles and your butt, and you're going to pull your hips up, and then you're going to push forward. You should feel the stretch in the front of your bottom leg, in the front of that hip. These are your hip flexors. Then go ahead.
If you don't feel it, make sure you're squeezing in all the right places.
Mm-hmm. The goal is it sounds weird, but you're pushing your tailbone towards the floor and the front of your hips up towards your head. So you're crunching in and then lunging forward. Whew, it's hot in here, guys. Okay, now hand on the same side is going to grab the back foot and you're going to try and pull it up to your butt. But if you look at me, I still have good posture. My shoulders are backing down, my chest is out, I'm reaching back, and I don't curl or push my butt out. I still have my hips forward. I'm going to pull that leg up. If you need to balance, you can put your hand on here, find a focal point so that you aren't looking at something that's moving, okay? Then you're going to grab behind with the opposite hand and pull it up towards your butt. Still keeping that good posture, pushing that hip forward.
Gosh, it's hard.
Now you're going to take both hands and you should pull it up. So for me, I can get it past my butt, like out to the side of my hip, but I still have to keep good posture, still push that hip forward, and if you need a deeper stretch, then what you do is you lunge forward and then you pull it up. Woo! Okay, so now keeping that same leg here, you're gonna put both hands down. Now here is where it depends on how flexible you are. If you're super flexible, you're gonna bring your leg across like this. If you're not too flexible, you're gonna tuck it in towards your thigh. Nalani and I are pretty flexible when it comes to this, but I still tuck it in towards my thigh because it's more comfy. Then you're gonna go elbows. If you have to, you can do arms. You wanna keep your back straight so you don't wanna curve down like this. So if I go to my elbows, my back is still straight. You should feel the stretch in your front leg. You should feel it pulling on where your IT band is, which is that tight little band on the outside of your leg, and you might even feel it in your butt too. The wider you put your leg, the more you'll feel it in your butt. Then if that's too easy, you can go arms out and chest to the ground.
He'll do that one.
You can come back up. Woo! All right, so you're gonna leave that leg posted. Whew, it's hard, guys. I do this every night and it's still hard. Okay, hands in the middle, back where they were before. You're gonna posture up on that leg. That leg goes up in the air and then back down. And then we're gonna do the same thing we did again with our calves. We're gonna walk it back and forth. Getting that deep stretch in your calf. Then you're gonna lift the other leg up and lunge forward. Same thing we did before, keeping that back leg straight. My front leg, I lunge into it without letting my knee go past my toes. Okay? Push my outside hip down towards the ground so I feel that stretch in my hip flexor. Lunge more forward, farther forward if you need to feel the stretch in your hamstring. One elbow down if that's too easy, two elbows down if that's too easy. Then this is my tighter side, so this one's harder for me. But I'm gonna go one elbow down and I'm gonna push open on my hip without letting my inside foot come up. Then I'm gonna let that back knee drop, point those toes, and I should be able to open my hip a little bit farther. Okay, then I'm gonna come up. Now we're gonna stretch this quad. So, I'm gonna go same side, hand grabs. You can, when you guys grab, you can grab the side of your foot, or I grab here and pull on my toes. So same side, pull towards your butt. Remember, oh, I lied, I'm sorry, I forgot a part. We're gonna do our hip flexor stretch. So, you're gonna roll your hips forward, squeezing that tummy, squeezing your butt, and then you're gonna lunge forward to push your hip forward. You don't wanna turn when you lean forward. You wanna keep your hips squared, lunge into it. Feel that stretch right in your hip flexor.
Feel it.
Keeping good posture. Don't forget to breathe. When you breathe out, feel it build up inside you. When you breathe in, feel it build up. When you breathe out, release the pressure in that area. You still wanna keep your tummy tight, keep your butt tight, but try and feel the release in the part you're stretching.
Where does the release come?
All right, now, same side, same leg. You're gonna pull your toes up to your butt. Remember, find that focal point that is not gonna move. So like, I wanna look at Nalani because even though she looks pretty solid right now, she still moves a little bit because we all do. Then I'm gonna go the other side. Woo! Keeping that good posture, those hips tucked. It's called a pelvic tilt. Y'all wanted to know. Then you're gonna take both hands, pull it up to your butt. If you need that deeper stretch, move that front foot forward and lean into it. But you still wanna keep that good posture and that pelvic tilt. Then you can relax it. And then once again, this depends on how flexible you are, whether you're gonna go leg straight across or if you're gonna tuck it in. If you need to stay up here because you already feel the stretch, that's fine. If you feel comfortable going to your elbows, that's fine. If you wanna go all the way down to your chest, that's fine too. And you can come back up, post that leg. Then you're gonna go back up, put it up, walk it out. And then we're done with that part. But if you want to stay for the bonus round, you can. Ma'am Nalani didn't know about the bonus round before we started, because I just made it up. Doesn't she look so excited, guys?
Yay!
She looks thrilled. Okay, so here is what we're gonna do. Now this is really hard, and I can only do it sometimes. But, oh! Yeah, don't worry, I know what we're doing. Okay, so, in the bonus round, this is to stretch your butt. You're gonna do something called, some people call it figure four, some people call it a half sit, people call it different things. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna do tabletop, cross one leg, so right above my elbow, my ankle lands on my thigh. I'm gonna sit into it, okay? If you don't feel the stretch, you're gonna lay down, you're gonna reach both hands through and grab on the top of your shin, and you're gonna pull it towards your nose. Bonus points if you get your nose to touch your ankle. Then if that's too easy or you wanna step it up, you straighten that leg, both fingers interlocked just below your knee, and you're gonna pull your knee towards your face. Okay, now we're gonna do it the other side.
He's a madman.
Sorry, guys. Guys, I stretch for over an hour every single night. It's terrible, but you should totally do it. So reach through, grab your shin, get your nose to your ankle. Then if you want a deeper stretch, straighten that leg, pull that knee to your nose, and then relax. Okay, next bonus round. This one is more for your hamstrings, not for your butt. What you're gonna do is, the easier version is the figure four stretch. You bring that one leg in. The more advanced version is, and you can work this into the beginning part too, is you sit on your ankle. Now, some people wonder where your ankle goes. You're supposed to try and keep it underneath the butt cheek on that side. If you need to for your knee or for your comfort, you can put it in the middle of your hips, but you want to make sure your toes are flexed and you're sitting on the ankle and both knees are going in the same direction. Now, I'm going to do it this way. I think Ma'am Nalani's going to do it this way. You can also do this from the figure four stretch. Oh, Ma'am Nalani's going to do the figure four way. But you're going to reach, same hand, same foot, try and grab above your toes. Relax your neck. Then you're going to come up, good posture. You're going to slide in the opposite hand. You're going to come up. Now, both hands are going to go. You're going to try and wrap them around your foot like this. So I'm going to slide down and grab the sides of my feet. Then we're going to do that on the other side. Okay, this one, for my knee, I like to put my foot in the middle. But it's all about comfort and for you guys, because you guys have to remember, you have to listen to your body. Because your body isn't the same as mine, it's not the same as Ma'am Nalani's. We all have to listen to our bodies because we can all do different things. Okay, so now same side, reach, grab. And then come up, good posture. Reach the opposite. Come back up, good posture. We're going to reach around the sides just like we did before. Slide down, grab the sides of your feet. Nice, and then come back up. Now, Ma'am Nalani and I are flexible enough for those ones to grab our feet, but if you can't grab your feet, don't bend your knee, because then you lose the stretch. You want to keep that leg lengthened, and you grab your calf or your shin. And then if you need to, you can bend your elbows and pull yourself closer. But don't bend your leg, because then that's not the stretch. Okay. Now, the last bonus thing we're going to do.
How many bonus rounds are there?
The last bonus thing we're going to do is from butterfly. Okay. If you need to loosen up your hips again, you can. You can flap those wings. You can push down with your elbows, squeeze your butt cheeks, whatever you need to do. Okay? Now, here is where you have options. You can either grab the outside of your foot, you can grab the heel on the inside of your foot, or if your feet are slippery, sweaty, whatever, or it's just easier, you take 2 fingers and you grab your big toe. It's weird, but if you're ever going to use your foot, as a handle, those are the ways you're supposed to do it. On the outside, on the inside cupping the heel, or you use your big toe as a handle. If you don't have a big toe, I'm sorry, you have to use one of the others. But now what you're going to do is you're going to sit here and you're going to lift one leg up just a little bit. And you're going to switch to the other one. Then you're going to do the other one. And you're going to pull it out a little bit farther, but not fully lengthened out. Then you're going to do the other one a little bit farther. Now you're going to go all the way lengthened out. Then you're going to go all the way lengthened out. Now, you're going to keep good posture. You're going to balance on your butt. This is when I use my toes because I find it easier to have something to hold on to. Now you're going to try and go both legs at the same time, but you're going to go slow. So you start partially. When you feel comfortable, or if you need to catch your balance, you can come back to the middle. Then you slowly start to extend. Hold it little by little. And then try and lengthen out as far as you can and hold it. Nalani's got it. I have trouble with my balance. And then one thing you can do that's supposed to make it harder, I find it easier to do it this way. Other people find it, most people are supposed to find it harder, I guess, but you keep your feet together and you hold it as a pike.
That's harder!
Nalani thinks that's one harder. I think this one's easier. Woo! Alright guys, so I think that's it. I can't think of anything else for a bonus round.
Thank God.
Nalani is a little too excited about that. Maybe I should come up with something.
No. But
Alright, so now that we got that done with, I hope you guys are nice and stretched out, nice and loose. Remember to breathe. Remember to drink water before and after because being hydrated is good. Also, one thing Ma'am Nicole talked about in one of the classes was it's important to stretch because of lactic acid. Now, that's like when your muscles are sore and you feel that burn, that's lactic acid. And lactic acid can cause headaches, it can make you more dehydrated, and it's just sore, it makes you uncomfortable. So what stretching does is it helps push it out of the way so that you can feel better, your muscles can recover faster, and you get more flexible. You have anything to add, ma'am?
make sure you find time to do this. Again, you can do it when you wake up in the morning, you can do it after you work out, or like Sir Ryan does it before he goes to bed. I should probably start doing it.
She should, huh?
So you guys stop making fun of me for having my splits at one point in my life and then losing them. Grandmaster Shin, thank you.
Alright guys, so we're going to be doing more stretching videos for you too. We're going to do one that's how to stretch before you work out, because that's a completely different type of stretching. We're going to talk about one that's how to warm up, and then we're going to do more deep stretching or after workout stretching for different parts of your body, for like your back and upper body and shoulders and all of that, because those are important too. It's not just your legs. Alright. Oh, one last thing. If you guys have questions or ideas, or you want to know how to stretch something, different ways you can stretch something, don't forget, you can email or call us at Shin's. You can always send Ma'am Nalani or I a message through Instagram. It's up to you guys, and we'll do our best to get back to you, probably in another video, and we'll share what you guys wanted to know.
That's it. Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah. Bye guys.
Peace.